Okay, started. Thank you. So this is the third class, third video maybe. So I hope we will be finishing this slide today, this whole slide, and from the next class onwards, maybe inshallah, we'll be starting the new topic. So let's start today's class. And everyone, please, pen and paper on the table. Joanna, please, pen and paper on the table, everyone. Okay, so let's have a quick recap, as today I'm seeing some of the new faces. Let's have a quick recap on that. From the very basics, from the very beginning, let's have a quick recap, because some of you might not have attended our previous classes, as yesterday I had another class, you know it. Okay, so this is the course, Morphology and Syntax. Morphology and Syntax. Two things, one course. Let's study. What is morphology? We know that. In one word, morphology is the smallest meaningful unit of a grammatical function or word. So the smallest meaningful unit. Okay, done. Morphology. So basically they are saying that morphology, internal structure, words, principle, etc. They are saying that, and you have already written that. So let's not elaborate it here. Okay, types of morphemes, we already have said these things: free morpheme, bound morpheme, derivational morpheme, inflectional morpheme. Morphemes means the smallest meaningful unit of a grammatical function, and morphology basically, okay, morphology or lexicology. Hey, morphology and lexicology are synonymous. You can write either of them. You can write in your exam script either of them. Understood? Yes. Lexicology, morphology, lexical, morphemes are equal. Yes, exactly, synonymous. Okay, so free morpheme, bound morpheme, derivational morpheme, inflectional morpheme, there are many types of morpheme and their functions, so we already have talked about that. Okay, major morphological process, this is very important. Oh, this is very important for your midterms, and this is also. So major morphological processes: affixation, compounding, conversion, clipping and blending. Yes, we already have talked about that. Not only regarding in the English language. Is it going on? Is it going on? Good. Okay, Roman, I think you look better with grown-up hairs, not that small, short hair. Okay, so affixation, compounding, reduplication, conversion, and clipping, blending. We already have talked about that. These things are important for your midterm exams, and the previous page also. Okay, so morphological typology. This is not very important. We actually skip these things, Okay, relevance in morphological studies. Why we need to learn morphological studies? Why it is important to us? Why, in order to learn English or in order to learn a language, any particular language, why you need to study that particular language's morphology? That means word structure, word counting, and anything. There, everything is said that. So understanding lexical. See, lexical, vocabulary, developing, or everything. Basically, we already have talked about that many times. Okay, transition from morphology to syntax. Basically, morphology deals with morphology deals with the meaning, the smallest meaningful unit of a grammatical function or word. Okay, and then syntax is basically the structure. Syntax is structure. I eat rice. 3 morphological units. I, 1 morphological unit. Hey everyone, I, 1 morphological unit. Eat, another morphological unit. Rice, and the other morphological unit. But I eat rice as a whole, 1 sentence. As a whole, 1 structure. As a whole is the matter of syntax. Understood, everyone? Yes. It's the plainest language I could ever have said. Okay. So basically, intra-word and inter-word. Yes, we know that intra and inter. Okay, if we have if we have a cricket tournament, if we have we already had a football tournament. We already had a football tournament at Harvest School, annual sports day. We know department English department sports day. So basically, that was intra-department football tournament. That means you have fought there between batches, among the batches. Okay, batch 11 versus batch 12, batch 13 versus batch 15. These kind of things. So intra, that means inside. Inter, basically that means outside. Inter department football tournament. That means English department versus CSE department. English department versus EEE department. Intra departments.
I'm not getting.
Okay, you are not feeling good. Okay, no problem. Please. So inter-department means one with the other, and intra means within oneself. Okay, so the intra basically deals with, and inter basically deals with syntax. Yes, thank you. Okay, morphology, and yes, we already have talked about these things. Okay, defining syntax. Well, just like morphology, smallest meaningful unit of a word or grammatical structure, syntax basically the structure of a sentence, the structure of a organization of sentences. Basically, yes, the structural organization of sentences, or the structure of a sentence. Done. The structure of a sentence. Basically, word gives us the meaning, but the sentence gives us the structure and the context of the meaning. Many sentences altogether, if there is anything which is written, many sentences altogether, it is called a paragraph. Okay, as an essay. That means one sentence, another sentence, another sentence is basically combining all together as a whole structure, defining the context of the meaning. For example, I am writing an essay about student life. Okay? For example, student life. Student means, you know, those who study. Life means, yes, we all know that. Okay, student life means altogether, both of them conferring the meaning that student life means a specific portion of your life where you need to study hard so that your future could become good. Your future could become good. Yes, so now I started. Yeah, student life means this. In the student life, we need to do this. But however, we sometimes do this. So we need to stop doing these harmful activities so that we can get prosperity in our life. Okay, see, everything is all together. The word, though the word is giving us the meaning, the context always given by the syntax. Yes, you can write it down. Meaning basically given by, it's not written here, it's just I'm saying meaning is derived from the words, but the context is derived from the sentences. Thank you. Yes, you know that. Okay, so yes, these are the overview of syntax, and definitely defining syntax here determines grammaticality, word order, hierarchical relationship. Yes, these are some technical issues. We already have talked about that. So let's not just redundant that thing. Okay, syntax thereby reveals the structural logic, yes, which I have said now. Okay, core syntactic concept, constituents, grammatical functions, or word order, arrangement. Okay, we already have talked about that. So core syntactic concept. This is, well, you need to know these things in order to write in your exams, but from here, from this page, I think there should not be any question in your midterm examinations. Okay. So we already talked about that. Phrase structure and rules. Yes, we already have talked about that very briefly, how one phrase defined by another phrase and how basically the hierarchical structure reveals. I already have made you do that in the classroom. I already have made you learn and write these things in the classroom, haven't I? I've done that, huh? Yes, sir. Thank you. So phrase structure and rules done. Okay, so that was this is the last thing which I have covered in the previous classes. And yes, functional grammar, Halliday, we already know that. Focuses on communicative function and discourse context. For example, lunch done, dinner done. See, you understand what I mean? What I'm saying, dear? I'm saying breakfast done. Yes, you understand everything. By saying breakfast done, I am referring to have you done your breakfast? Come on, Ria, you can't be so brain dead. Huh? Okay, Rafi, if I say, okay, breakfast done, that means? Have you done your breakfast? Yes, so basically functional grammar. Yes, and dependency grammar analyze sentence structure based on word-to-word relation, not phrases. Yes, we already have talked about that. And cognitive grammar, see, integrates syntax with mental representation and conceptual meaning. We also have talked about that, conceptual meaning and mental cognition. We know how these things are actually given to our mind by the meaning of these words by the functions of these words. If anywhere we can see a question mark is there, we can always say, okay, for example, there's nobody who knows Chinese or Mandarin among you. Do you know Chinese or Mandarin? No, maybe. Okay, but still, for example, is there any Chinese verse? For example, here a Chinese verse is written, then afterwards a question mark. By seeing that, even if we do not know what Chinese actually mean, we can always say that, yes, maybe it's a question. Maybe it's a question in Chinese. Even if we do not know the meaning, we can surely know it is a question. Okay, and definitely generative grammar is the most important thing here. Have I talked about that generative grammar briefly, very briefly? Pidgin, Creole, everything? You know Pidgin? You guys know Pidgin and you guys know Creole? Hey everyone, so Pidgin and Creole is somewhere important for your midterms and finals. If not midterm, 100% final, and then if midterm, then there will be no final for the Pidgin and Creole. Pidgin, Creole, Pidginization, Creolization. Have I talked about that?
Yes, sir.
I believe I have talked about that.
Yes.
So yes, this is very important for your midterms. Definitely midterms. Okay, Chomsky, 1957. You have to write the author's name, the theorist's name, and the year. Yes, and the year. Thank you. Okay, so that was the recap. Let's start. Okay, syntactic ambiguity and hierarchical structure. Let's see what he says. Syntax clarifies how structural ambiguity arises from multiple possible configurations. I saw the man with the telescope. Ambiguity. Did I use the telescope or did the man have it? That means if I say, I saw the man using telescope, who's using the telescope? If I am using the telescope to see the man, or the man was basically seeing something with the telescope and I saw them. I saw the man. So yes, hey Isha, where are you? Walaikum salam. So basically structural ambiguity. Please, everyone write these things. Everyone, please write these things. Syntactic ambiguity is important. Syntactic ambiguity is important for your understanding that yes, no language in this world runs as smoothly as it seems. Basically language, that is why language often compared with the river. Hey, we know that language often compares with the river. The river, yes. Bohoman Nodi, we said Bhasha Bohoman Nodi, language is compared to the river. We know that. Why? Because river doesn't flow smooth or in a straight line. River always flows in a zigzag way. Aka baka, say it, come on. River always so in a zigzag way. That means one sentence can mean in a both way, which we call double meaning. It is important for comic relief. You guys have been studying literature, huh? You guys have been studying literature, so you know that things. You know this. That double meaning always occur in language. Okay, I want Isha to say a double meaning word. Isha, say a double meaning word. Yes. Okay, I want Mamun to say a double meaning word. Say it, Mamun. In Bengali even. I have said it in the class. I have said it in the class. In your introduction to linguistics class. The famous quote by Shamim Osman. Exactly. So I have said it. I have said that. So yes, we do not know where does he want to play. Whether it's a play of games, whether it's a play of election, whether it's another play, we do not know. So maybe there are many meanings. Yes, syntactic ambiguity is therefore important because we do not have enormous amounts of word. Everyone, please understand this very briefly. We do not have enormous amounts of word. We do not have enormous amounts of sentence structure. We just have a handful of sentence structure. We just have a bunch of words, probably 1500 to 2000 words, and probably 20 to 50 or at best 100 structures of a sentence. But we have to say, we have to understand, we have to propagate millions of thinking. We have to propagate millions of understanding. So how? By syntactic ambiguity. So by using your old method, we are basically creating a new energy here. Syntactic ambiguity. Okay, syntax clarifies how structural ambiguity arises from multiple possible configurations. I saw the man with the telescope. So I saw the man with the telescope, the man using the telescope, or I saw the man by using the telescope. So here, both can be happening here. So, okay, there will be a question. If you guys say, Jessa, how can I know which one you are meaning to, which one you are delivering, or which one you want us to understand? So basically, yes, we can know that which one they mean. How? By examining the context. How we examine the context? By examining previous sentence and afterward sentence. Okay, previous sentence and next sentence. We can examine that, and yes, we can say, yes, they may be, the man was using the telescope and I saw him, or I saw the man with the help of telescope. Okay, tree diagrams are constituent tests reveal such ambiguities and assist in understanding scope, emphasis, and interpretation. Yes, T diagrams, but I will not give you T diagrams. Yes, you have that book and you saw some T diagrams. So from the book I made this slide, there are some T diagrams, tree diagrams, but I do not want to give you these diagrams for your midterms or finals, because that would be much hectic for you. So I want you guys to stay calm and cool, and yes, be happy with your CGPA and your performance. Come on, you guys are my kids. Okay, so this analytical capacity is vital in linguistic research, translation, and AI-based praising system. Hey, so yes, though I'm not giving you these things for your midterms or finals, but this is very important. Forget the last thing. This is very important for linguistic research and translation. For translation, this is very important. If I do not know what the author is meaning, then I can never translate anything. Then I can never. For example, you guys have read Macbeth?
No.
Okay, so some literary pieces. Some literary pieces you have read in the classroom? Apart from poems, any English literary piece? Gulliver's Travels? Dr. Faustus? Dr. Faustus? Oh, great. Dr. Faustus. Ben Jonson, maybe, no? The writer? Christopher Marlowe. Christopher Marlowe, Dr. Faustus. Great. So, in order to understand Dr. Faustus, you basically had to understand what Christopher Marlowe said. What Christopher Marlowe said. He said it in English. There were many sentences where the ambiguity occurred. You actually got puzzled. Who's saying what? Who's saying what to whom? Who's saying which thing? I mean, who's addressing whom? Who's saying what? Who is where? I mean, why? Even why? Why is saying that? Or why is she saying that? So, but this thing is basically happened. You guys thought that this thing is happening because I do not know English much. Maybe I'm very, very weak at vocabulary. Maybe my English is not top notch. Maybe I do not have any understanding on English. No, this thing doesn't happen for that reason. This thing happened because you have not exposed yourself to the English context. You have not exposed yourself to the structures. You do not have any input, that enormous amount of input, you do not have that. That is why you cannot process. Pause it. Thank you. So basically, this is not your fault that you cannot understand these words or he's saying properly. These are basically you have not encountered yourself, exposed yourself to that context. You do not have that input. You do not have that structural ambiguity understanding that yes, I can say, okay, cut the crap. I can say cut the crap. By saying that, I do not mean that cutting something. I say talk to the point. Cut the crap means talk to the point. Again. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood that thing. Yes. Thank you. So structural ambiguity is very important, well, for your understanding, not basically for your midterms or finals. But yes, who knows what I ask? Who knows? Okay, the morphology and syntax interface. See, why morphology and syntax actually all together? Why this course is saying those two things all together? Why this thing is taught by me, is being taught by me all together? So the interference, basically interface means interference. That means this is a blending thing. Why we need to blend morphology and syntax? Let's see. The interface between morphology and syntax is known as morphosyntax, which studies how morphological markers express syntactic relations. See, please everyone understand these things. If you want to write, no problem, but I will not force you. Okay, for example, she eats versus they eat. Agreement between subject and the verb. See, she eats versus they eat. Eats, eat. Subject verb agreement. See, so morphology changes for the sentence structure. Sentence structure also changes for morphology. I do not know whether here if any example or not. Let me give you one example. I believe you have that in your mind. There's a structure. Had I been rich, H-A-D, had I been rich. There's a structure. Had I been rich. Can anyone say what's the meaning of had I been rich? Exactly, I want that in English. Had I been rich. Yes, you guys are right, but not in Bengali. I want in English. Had I been rich. Basically, had I been rich is the inversive thing. Yes, basically they're conversing something. Basically, the word was if I had been rich. If I had been rich. If. Clause marker, I, subject, have been, verb, and tense markers, been rich. If I had been rich. But see, I am putting the verb in the first place and then the subject. Verb, subject, object. Basically in the English, the sentence structure, the basic sentence structure is subject, verb, object. But here the word is taking another place. Yes, had I been rich, verb, subject, object. By doing that, I am basically referring to another meaning. So yes, for subject verb agreement, for subject verb can be changed. That means for syntax, morphology can be blended, can be distorted for syntax. And another word for morphology, syntax also can be included. That means if is a morpheme, we do know if is a morpheme, and we do know what does if means. If means jodi. Yes, condition. If means a condition, yes. So if is a condition, so if is a morphology, and for that if thing, the whole sentence is basically giving upside down. Yes, the whole sentence is getting affected. So for syntax, morphology can get affected. For morphology, syntax also can get affected. That means morphology, syntax, interference. They can interfere with each other and they can change one another. Just like a husband is changing his wife and a wife can change her husband. See? Thank you for today, for the recording.